Oh, hey everyone. Welcome to my fireside chat, literally. This is Steve Yeager here, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this 4x4x48 challenge that you may have been seeing on Facebook or on Twitter. And the way I'm going to do this is my beautiful off-screen narrator assistant, also known as my wife, is going to ask me some questions about this challenge, and then I'll answer those questions. So it shouldn't take too long, but hope everyone is having a really, really great Friday evening. Off-screen narrator, go ahead.
Okay, so Steve, what exactly is the 4x4x48 challenge?
So what exactly is the 4x4x48 challenge? Great question. The 4x4x48 challenge is this. You run 4 miles every 4 hours, and you do that for 48 hours. So on the hour, you have to be out there running, and you got to do at least 4 miles. And then you have, 3 hours of rest or 3.5 hours rest, depending on how much you run. So if you do it the right way over 48 hours, you'll run 48 miles, maybe a little bit more if your legs are longer. And so I started with this challenge this morning at 10 o'clock. And I just finished up leg 3, so I got a while to go.
And how'd you hear about it?
How'd I hear about this challenge? So this is a really cool story. I have a good friend who lives up in Reno who, to be honest, I've never met him in person, but he's a fitness idol of mine. His name is Adam Tchaikovsky, and he did this challenge last weekend, and I saw it on Facebook and on Strava, and I had to ask him what the heck he was doing because I'd never heard of this before. So he was able to complete the challenge last weekend, and he actually did it last year as well, and so I thought I would give it a shot. So congratulations, Adam, and thank you for the inspiration.
And who invented this challenge?
Okay, who invented this challenge? This is a really good question. And before I get there, I do want to tell all of you, if you have some extra time to read, Scott Jurek, who is an ultra marathoner and just a crazy good athlete, has been one of my inspirations. And I think I started by reading his book, Eat and Run, which is a really great book, has good recipes in there as well, all vegan recipes. So that was an inspiration for me. And then after that came Born to Run, also talking about Scott Jurek, which is a fantastic book, and more recently North, which is Jurek's record time on the Appalachian Trail, which is super impressive. But he's not the one who created this challenge. The one who created this challenge is a man named David Goggins. If you haven't read this book, Can't Hurt Me, you've got to read this book. This book is phenomenal. This was recommended to me by a couple of people, by Adam, who I told you about earlier, and then by a friend, Chase Whittemore, who said, you got to read this book. This guy is a former Navy SEAL, all kinds of crazy things in here that he talks about. He does not talk about the challenge in this book, but there was another book that came out that I haven't read yet that I'm going to, called Living with a SEAL, 31 Days Training with the Toughest Man on the Planet. Jesse Itzler wrote that book, and it was about training with this guy, David Goggins. So that's where the challenge came from. It came from David Goggins. And if you search for him on YouTube, you'll actually see a video of him. And he says he does this challenge every once in a while just to remain tough and to prove that when times are tough, he can succeed. So I give all the credit to this man, David Goggins.
So Steve, why are you doing it this weekend?
So why am I doing the challenge this weekend? So once I heard about the challenge, I thought, I'd love to do this, but, I'm in Las Vegas and it is April, rolling into May, so things are getting pretty hot out there pretty soon. So I thought I better do it this weekend. And then, as you all know, we're not really supposed to be doing much of anything outside. Businesses are closed. There's no Golden Knights games. There's no sports on TV. So it seemed like a good time to do this challenge in terms of having an entire weekend open. So that's why I picked this weekend. Those of you might remember I ran 30 miles last weekend, so I probably didn't give myself optimal rest, but I'm going to give it a try anyway.
So you're using this effort to raise money. Tell us about that.
Yes, this is the cool part. So I decided to get sponsorships for each of the 12 legs that I'm running. And to be honest, my goal there was to get $100 for each leg. And I'm going to use that money, 100% of that money, to continue to feed our frontline healthcare workers here in Las Vegas. I've been doing that with help from a lot of people the last few weeks, making sure we're feeding our hospital workers and our healthcare workers, our first responders with lunch, with dinner. So I thought, what a great cause. I'll raise money for that. Well, here's the really, really cool thing. As of right now, 34 people have sponsored legs, and we've raised over $3,100, which just blows me away. So I want to say thank you to all of you who have contributed to the effort. You're getting shout outs on social media, of course. You know who you are. Thank you so, so much. This is going to feed literally hundreds of people next week.
So can people still sponsor a leg?
Yes, you can still sponsor a leg. I have every leg taken up, but we're doing co-sponsorship. So if you would like to sponsor a leg for any amount, just reach out to me, either Facebook, Twitter, send me a text message, hit me up on Instagram or on Snapchat, whatever you want. I would love to have anyone else sponsor a leg, and there's various ways that you can get the money to me. I have all the payment apps, and I also have a GoFundMe site that you can find on GoFundMe, which is Las Vegas Frontline Food Worker Fund. So thank you so much to those who've donated, and if still time, you still got like 9 legs left if anyone out there still wants to contribute.
So you say that you've got 9 legs left. Your 3 legs are 12 miles in. What do you think so far, and how are you feeling?
Yeah, so 3 legs in, I'm 12 miles in, and here's a couple of things I'll tell you. This is going to be really hard. My comfort level right now, I'm probably on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably at a 2 or 3. I'm getting a little bit of aches and pains, which is to be expected after 12 miles. So I'm trying to ice between legs, and then I have a roller as well to roll out some of the lactic acid. So I'm feeling okay, but man, we got a long way to go for sure.
Do you think you'll be able to complete the challenge?
Do I think I'll be able to complete the challenge? Gosh, I sure hope so, because there'll be a lot of disappointed people if I don't. Here's what I'm worried about. These nighttime runs are going to be interesting because I'm a person who usually needs a decent amount of sleep, and I'm just not going to get a lot of sleep tonight. Probably the best I'm going to do tonight and tomorrow night is 2 or 3 hour segments. And the other thing that's tricky about that is sometimes, any of you who are athletes know, when you go to bed and then you wake up, you're a lot more sore than you were when you went to bed. So I'm a little worried about how sore I'm going to get by sleeping. So we'll see, but it is my intent to finish this thing, and I've got some folks lined up over the next couple of days who are going to run some legs with me, and I'm going to tough this out. So I will probably do another one of these Facebook Lives at some point tomorrow, but I wanted all of you to kind of know what I'm doing in case you saw the post and you were wondering. And again, I just want to thank all of you who have encouraged me, who have contributed to this effort to feed our frontline workers. And I want to thank my amazing, supportive, beautiful, off-screen narrator, Beta Yeager, who is also
really
my wife.
Trying to earn those husband
Trying to
points
earn the
there.
husband of the year points. Beta wasn't really keen on me trying this, so I really appreciate it. But I hope you all have a great Friday night. I hope you have a great weekend, and keep those messages of encouragement coming. It really, really, really helps. So I'm going to sign off for now, but I'll probably be back on tomorrow. And again, have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks.